current day. Tracks and points, but the cars are not. They're from 1998, when the racing was heavy and hard. Everyone had tobacco sponsors, and no one drove high to ride the rail. Back when it was all about raising hell, turning left and praising Dale. Gonna read right where my mind is, I ain't ready to. The classic racing style, right to your guns new. You'll see drivers you remember that you love, and some that you love to hate. See, I was found gaming racing series NASCAR Heat 5 in 1998.
All right, back here, NASCAR Heat 5 1998 mod, and we are at Gateway Worldwide Technologies Raceway, and we got a win last week, or we got a win in our last race, and it was only our third win of the season, so it kind of came out of nowhere on me. It wasn't really, you know, I had watched the spring Darlington race, and I didn't expect to go out and win there, but we did. So, you know, lap traffic helped out a lot. That kind of takes the pressure off, and especially seeing like how we did here. Like we were a full 1.3 seconds slower in qualifying, and I hit the wall coming out of 2. I was trying to just. I still haven't found the line here. This is not a track that I've done a lot. This is not a track that my brother and I have raced a lot online. So I'm still trying to get a feel for it. That very first lap, I put down that 33.042. And then I really didn't get anywhere close to it. But again, we have a win, so we're kind of safe. We can afford to have a tough run if we need it, but we definitely want to get as many points as possible and keep going forward. So let's just see what happens here. I'm interested to see how this plays out. Of course, Earnhardt on the pole. That is not what we needed. Ted Musgrave failed tech inspection, and Brett Bodine failed the optical scanning station multiple times. You can't just fail it once. You got to fail it multiple times to be punished. We qualified, what, 25th because of somebody going to the back. So
coming to the green, driver.
We got the field to go through, and of course we're racing at night, which makes it a little more fun. But this turns 1 and 2 feels like a flat Darlington almost, you know. And we just don't.
Still there. Hold your line. Got one inside.
And I felt like in practice we were getting out of the corners a lot better than others, but right there, and the AI in this game is tough.
Car high, careful there.
Because there's no reason for Rick Mass to put it in right there, but he does. And of course, it's really tough seeing the NASCAR 25 stuff come out this week. So
got one peeking inside. You got room. You're clear. Got one outside now.
We're just slowing down so much getting into 1.
All right, you're clear there.
It's making it real tough to get any kind of momentum coming off of 1. So, you know, we'll make do. We're coming up through the field a little bit here.
Careful, still there. Stay high up there.
You know, if you've watched the previous 25 races, you know outside isn't exactly where I want to be. But see how hard Chad Little ran it into the corner right there? Like, we ran it in hard, and yet he somehow ran it in just as, if not harder.
Still there? Inside. You got room. You're clear. Still there, inside.
Just don't quite have it figured out here yet, especially 1 and 2. It's just how much brake to use, when to brake. See, that's way too early.
Careful there. All right, you're clear there.
Now they're all driving off from us. In 3 and 4, I can kind of sail it off in there. It'll wash up the track, but that was the line I took whenever I ran that fast practice lap too. So yeah, I can see the run we get off the corner. We're catching up here.
I need 10 solid laps. Concentrate. Careful, still there. All right, you're clear there.
Dale Earnhardt's still out in front, looking to punch his ticket into the round of 12. Just like we have. Bobby Hamilton up here in about 14th. And he's trying to hang on to his spot. He is down there in the no-no area.
All right, clear on. Inside.
What a corner, folks. What a corner. We drove right into the back of Ricky Craven. And then we upshifted.
You got room. You're clear. Got a carload now.
Look at Chad Little coming up through the field with us.
You're all clear on the bottom there. Got a carload now.
Dude, Chad Little.
Car there on the inside. All right, you're clear.
Kind of ridiculous how aggressive he's driving.
You're all clear up top.
But maybe Chad Little's really fast this week.
Still there.
He's trying to turn under these guys. But of course, this is the NASCAR video series where I try and race as clean as possible. You don't cause any accidents as I just barrel right into Ricky Craven for like the 4th straight turn there.
All clear.
Let's see if we can't chase down these guys in front of us, pick up a top 10 here. Okay, now in my defense, what you saw in the video is what I saw in real life. The corner just kind of glitched out right as I got there. Five to go.
Five to go. This time by.
Yeah, 1 and 2, not our strengths. But if we could just get through 1 and 2 with any kind of momentum.
That was a great lap.
I'll say this, that ain't it. That ain't the line through 1 and 2. Well, we got in way too hot there. But look at us chase these guys down. Really through 3 and 4 is where we're getting it. Just so fast.
Stay low, stay low. Wow, that's fast.
Even with hitting the wall
Careful.
in 1 and 2. And now that we're out here around these idiots.
Still there. You got room. You're clear. Two at the line. Still there.
No, I didn't even touch that guy.
Still there.
Now I did.
You're all clear up top there. full still there. White flag is in the air. Stay on the bottom here. Clear all around.
Tires wound up at 84%. Definitely take home a top 10 the way we qualified and the way we ran.
Top 10. Nice job.
So good stuff there. Right side got a little beat up today, but yeah, it felt once we got 3 and 4 figured out, we just made up so much time, and then getting into 1 and 2 was tough there. But yeah, I mean, we can kind of go over this after we take a look at the points and how we ran today. But yeah, we'll take it. We will definitely take a 10th place. Let's see where everybody else finished. Okay, let's take a look at the results here from Gateway, and here's what I think happened. And this is just my theory, and you can kind of call it from here. But obviously these guys never raced at Gateway back in 1998. Like, it didn't come until later. And I think the game and the mod was just like, well, we don't really know as far as like rankings and who's good here and who's not good here. And I think they just kind of put everyone as like, run where you're supposed to run. If you take a look at it, the top 11 spots are all filled up by playoff drivers. So, and then everything, like, honestly, whenever I was putting the points in, there really wasn't a whole lot of deviation from where they actually were. A couple outliers might be Ricky Rudd back in 23rd. Ken Schrader had a rough day back in 25th, really hurting his chances. Ted Musgrave never got out of the hole, got down there in 38th, but he wasn't really that high up in points anyway. So, fastest lap, we actually wound up with that 33.055. So that one good lap gave us the fastest lap. Dale Earnhardt, you can see, won the race, led every lap. There was no doubt about who was going to win that one. So let's take a look at the points, and these are the points if they stood now. And a lot of talk right now in the real world about doing away with the playoff format and just running full season points. We're keeping track of both, and this is what it would look like right now if we just kept going the regular season. So Jeff Gordon would still be out front. We'd be in 5th place in the points, 11 points up on Jeff Burton. And we have a string of, what is that? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We had 8 straight top 10s. So, we're racing really well right now, but we just a small cushion over Burton, Martin, Wallace, Jarrett. Just focus on in front of us if we're doing the full season points and getting Terry Labonte and nipping him. And then you can see Skinner, not in the playoffs, but he would nip Ken Schrader now. And now let's take a look at those playoff point standings. Dale Earnhardt, with his win, qualifies for the round of 12 as well with us. And Gordon still out in front. Labonte, this is really, when it comes to the playoffs and all the bonus points that they got at the top, it really comes down to this part down here. Bill Elliott, with his good run in 9th, gets up to 12th place, so he would be in. 2 good races from him, 8th and 9th, bumped him up. And then you kind of see, this is the kind of telltale sign for these guys down here in the bottom 4. Like those finishes in the last 2 races, no one in this group has ran well in the last 2 races, so they find themselves down there fighting it out. These 2 are tied, but it doesn't really matter because they're both out right now. So if the playoffs went to round of 12 today, Schrader, Hamilton, Bodine, and Rudd would be out, and Bill Elliott would qualify his way in. I would say Ward Burton would have to have something astronomically bad happen. Of course, if any of those guys in the bottom 4 get a win next week, they will find themselves in the playoffs, and whoever is in 12th will be kicked out. So pretty much everyone, Ward Burton and above, is pretty well safe, I'd say, to going on to the round of 12. So it's all about just kind of playoff seeding now and trying to fight for positions. And I think, we don't really have a shot to catch Labonte or Gordon, so we're just kind of racing Dale Earnhardt next week. And next week, for the final round of 16 race, we'll be at Bristol. So we'll do a little short track racing, a longer race, and we'll really be all over the wheel and the brake pedals. So should be a good time. Having fun here. Obviously the win last week helped. I think the round of 12 is going to be a little more tougher from looking at the schedule. But yeah, remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, do whatever you want. Just enjoy your YouTube experience. And we'll be back next week with more NASCAR Heat 5 1998 mod full season as we go through the round of 16 at Bristol. Thanks for watching.